Hello again everyone, hope everyone's well. Gonna try and do a few more videos with me this side of the camera. Just, I don't know, it feels a little bit more personal than just seeing my hands and talking about something. Plus then I haven't got to squeeze around the camera. But if I'm going to be doing that, I'm definitely going to have to do something about a setup inside. Because sitting outside in this hot weather is not good for this ginger. It really isn't. Anyway, enough of the rambling. Today I'm going to start talking about, not games for once, something else I enjoy collecting. And that's vinyl records. I'm sure I'm not the only one. It's quite popular, you know, a lot of people spend a lot of money on records, but I'm not someone who collects like that. I do a lot of charity shop hunting, which I really enjoy, because you just never know what you're going to find. And that's where I try and find a lot of my records. You will go through and find the same old games, see, games on the brain. Records over and over again, but then occasionally you get that gem, if you know what I mean. I've found some really good records. I'm surprised that they didn't end up on eBay or something like that, because some of them were that good. Also a good way of discovering new bands. You know, the amount of times I picked up a record and bought it just because of the cover, or sat there in the shop and played one of the tracks on and go, oh, I like that, I'll give it a try. So yeah, that's what we're going to go through today. Not a lot. The ones I'm going to go through today are not ones that I found along the way. These are ones that are important to me in my collection. Ones I've had for a long time. Ones that have been passed down as well. I think that's where the connection comes from. And it also gives the idea of why my taste in music is sort of the way it is. So anyway, enough rambling. Let's get started. First one, and it will always be the first one to me because this is sort of ingrained in my brain, is Queen, but not just Queen, Queen's Greatest Hits. I only recently picked this one up again in a charity shop. They had two. One was in the with the General Records, which is this one, which is an original, and I think I got it for 50p. And on the shelf they had a modern one, which was still sealed, which you can go and get in Tesco at the moment, and they had £25 on it. Makes no sense whatsoever. I'd rather have the original. But anyway, Queen's Greatest Hits. Reason why this one is ingrained in my head is because it was played all the time. And I didn't realise it was played all the time until I was going back through some home videos. And every single home video I could hear Queen playing in the background. My dad used to have it on a tape or something, or a CD, and just have it on loop at every family party. So this is in my head. I know exactly what song's coming after the next one. I think I even remember at one point he must have recorded it from a CD or something, because it was skipping, so I always remember one of the tracks always used to skip. So yeah, that's Queen's Greatest Hits, and I absolutely love having this. I discovered a lot more Queen songs along the way, obviously, and different albums. I'll probably go through Queen ones and a different one, although I think Andre's covered Queen quite well. And that's Queen's Greatest Hits, and that influence comes from my dad. The next one is, this is more of an influence. It's just not a band that it's a band that I discovered myself, but there's a song on this which means a lot, and it's Hotel California by the Eagles. And the reason why this one is a lot to me, and it was a trip that we went to to Disney World, and we were in Disney Springs. And we'd had a really busy day, and if you've never been there, it's really, really hot, and we sat down in some shade. We all had a beer, kids had ice cream and everything else, and everyone was just really chilled. And then just in the bar right in front of us, somebody picked up a guitar and started playing the intro, and then somebody else came and joined him, and it went on to a little jamming session, and then just morphed into Hotel California. And this went on for about a good 10-15 minutes, and it was just a moment in time which was amazing. Nobody said anything to anyone. Everyone was just happy being in each other's company, and just happy just being there. It was a really nice holiday. Although we're going on the heat again, California, it doesn't mix. Thank God for air conditioning. So yeah, that's Hotel California. This one here isn't even music, but this one reminds me so much of my uncle, Robert Burns. I know, ironic name really. And it's Monty Python. I have a lot of these which are just like spoken word, you know what I mean? I've got Faulty Towers and Porridge and stuff like that, and Steptoe and Son. The ones I like just putting on and just listening, if you know what I mean, and they just take me right back. I really enjoy. And again, this was definitely another charity shop find. You can imagine, just picked up, you know, pick up something and you just grab it, you know. And Monty Python live at Drury Lane. Absolutely love this. It's got all the humour, it's got gags and stuff like that. It's the usual, like, you think it's finished and it goes on to another gag and they start talking, whatever. Absolutely love Monty Python, and to have a few records of them, and to remember the fun times that my uncle introduced us to Monty Python. Sorry, I keep looking up there because I can see my son Oscar keep peering out the window. You gonna say hello, Oscar? Hello. He's watching me do a video. He's going to be in the next one. So yeah, that's Monty Python. This one here, quite a modern one, but this one here is my mum's just favourite album. It really is. She'll sit there and she'll listen to this. I mean, granted, it's from Guardians of the Galaxy, but it's just got some good music on, and just to sit there and listen to it, and it will always remind me of my mum. This one, and I can't get it back in. There we go. Bit of a fight with that one. But yeah, again, it's more of a modern one, but it definitely, the connection it has with me, my mum listening to it. I've gone and found her a lot more records and everything now, but this is the one she had, which she bought this before having a record player. So yeah, I'm actually looking after her at the moment because they moved house. So that's one I've actually got to give back to her. Now we're going to go to... and we got four here. These are my absolute prized possessions in my collection. They really are, because these were actually given to me by my dad, which were his when he was younger. And so to start off, we've got Led Zeppelin. We've got Cat Stevens, Buddha and the Chocolate Box. He goes on and on about this one all the time. War of the Worlds, and Pink Floyd. Line it up with my t-shirt. Yeah, these honestly, my dad, he never used to speak about things like, because he was in the Navy, right, and he's always been quite reserved and everything else because of that. And then one day I found this box and he said, oh yeah, this is my Pink Floyd album. I used to love Pink Floyd, I used to love War of the Worlds and everything. These are not albums, before I actually properly knew my dad, I would ever think he would listen to. I really didn't. I mean, Led Zeppelin, I mean, he joined the Navy really quite early. So to actually think that my dad used to sit down and listen to this kind of music and then pass it on to me. But yeah, we used to sit and listen to this one in the car, not this record obviously, but he used to put it on when I was a teenager, and he said, oh yeah, I used to listen to that, and just like, oh hang on, I like Pink Floyd as well. And then we started bonding over that, and then he started talking about how we used to listen to Led Zeppelin and other things like that. I just didn't know it, you know. I mean, it wasn't until like I was like quite late in my teens that I realised that my dad actually, you don't know, do you? You don't know what your parents were like when they were kids, really. You don't tend to ask. But to give these to me, I absolutely love it. I love this one, scratches and all, and you know what I mean, I wouldn't change this actual record for the world. It's one of the most prized possessions that I have. As I said, you can see it's not in the best condition. It still plays. It's got some marks and all over, but that's his, and it's passed down to me. And I absolutely love this one. He again will still play this in his car. If you have ever if you've not listened to War of the Worlds, give it a listen. Really, it's amazing. When that intro starts, it still to this day sends goosebumps down my back. Oh, there it is. And the artwork in this, you know, as you listen to it, to go through, is absolutely amazing. It really is. One I will happily put on today. One, well, all of these really I will, but every couple of months or so, I'll have to put this on and listen to it all the way through. So yeah, that's things that were given to me by my dad and absolutely treasured in my collection. They really are. Same as this, he always used to have Mr. Blue Sky, you know, electric orchestra playing in the car. Everything was always in the car. That's the thing. We used to do a lot of driving, and I managed to pick this one up. I just wanted to show it briefly on camera. I've got Mr. Blue Sky on blue vinyl. Really, really love having this. And the final one, and if you've made it this long, well done. But I have to show this one, and he's going to absolutely hate me. But he has to also understand that this is a big part of just our group of friends, the humour that goes around with it. And Pod, you knew it was coming. Africa by Toto. The reason why this is so funny and the reason why it means a lot to us is because he absolutely hates it. You know what I mean? And that just become a running joke that we would try and sneak it in and put it on wherever we can, and he would get all upset and everything else. I think it was more the fact that he used to rage about it so much that made us play it more. But then, since like on YouTube, then we find like different videos and different links and stuff like that, and keep sending to him, and it's just a back and forward, and it's a good laugh. The best one I ever got him with, though, and he will admit this himself, is I once put up. It's ironic, really, because it's my intro, and it started off with the GameCube logo, but then it just kept on going and kept on going and kept on going. And normally, if he sees like Toto, he turns off straight away. But then he started watching it and watching it and watching it, and then the second it does that final jump to the end, it had the outline of Africa and started playing Toto. And I always remember the message I got back of him is like, you know what I mean? And it's like, got him. So Pod, even though you hate it, this means a lot, and it always will remind me of you. So yeah, that's just a couple of records. That I really like, I really enjoy, an important part of who I am. I will keep collecting records. I'll probably go and do a proper, more in-depth one, a couple of other songs and a couple of albums and stuff later on. But yeah, have you got any records that you've had since you were a kid, or been handed down, or just really fond memories of some songs? If you have, let me know in the comments below. And yeah, everyone, stay safe. Thanks for watching.